G'day, I'm George Christensen, Federal Member for Dawson, here to talk about a fantastic initiative that's all going to be about putting Australian workers first. Australians for Australian jobs, because we've heard for a long time, a lot of the corporate shills saying that we've got to bring in foreign workers to meet the skills gaps. Well, not anymore. Scott Morrison today has just announced a fantastic program which will deliver new skills for young Australians, for old Australians, for anyone that's looking for work in this post-COVID world. $1 billion, overall actually a $2 billion plan, but $1 billion out of that $2 billion to set up a job trainer fund that will give hundreds of thousands of Australians access to new jobs, to new skills, rather that'll get those new jobs. Now that's what is that going to mean? Well, actually what it's going to mean is 340,000 plus additional training places for school leavers and for job seekers to get the skills that they need to actually get into a job. Not just any old job, but they're talking about the jobs that we know that there is skill shortages in. And that's going to mean, again, no longer the excuse of we need to bring in foreign workers to fill these positions, because we are going to have a plethora of homegrown and home-trained talent. To help them out, there's going to be $1.5 billion made available to expand and extend the supporting apprentices and trainees wage subsidy. So that's where the government actually steps in and underwrites pretty much half of the payment that our trainees and apprentices are receiving, because we want to encourage this. So a $2 billion plan to grow the number of apprentices, to grow the number of trainees by more than 340,000, getting people who are going to be looking for work as we come out of this pandemic situation and getting into the jobs that are needed. So the Prime Minister talked about this earlier today. I'm just going to see if I can let him speak for himself here through the power of technology, if I can bring it up. Well, here we go. Here's ScoMo, if he plays.
And one of the key challenges that we have been working through as a federal cabinet, as our cabinet together here with Makadia Cash, Senator Cash, but also in the national cabinet with all the state and territory leaders, has been the need to ensure that as we build back and through the COVID economic recession, that we are not only providing the economic supports for people to get through each day, but we're helping them to make the adjustments for the future. And a key part of that will be the training and skills that they will need to reskill, to upskill, and to get those initial skills as they're coming out of school, to ensure that they can look for and find work, both in a COVID and post-COVID economy. Now, we know there are fewer jobs available for the number of people who are out there, and now is not a time to be standing idle. And so what we're announcing today is ensuring that there'll be additional support to ensure that those who are unable to get themselves into a new position, that we're providing the opportunity for them, like never before, to get greater access to skilling and training in the areas that they need to get that training, to find those jobs that will be prevalent in the COVID and the post-COVID economy. And so today we are making a very big commitment.
A fantastic announcement. $2 billion to get into, for new people to get into training places. And I think that is going to be absolutely fantastic. I see we've got a commenter there, Alex Zaris, who said, I hope that it happens. About time for Australians. It's going to happen. It's been announced. $2 billion. We're going to fix the vocational education system in this country. This is going to provide free and low cost training to hundreds of thousands of Australians right across the nation into the jobs that are actually needed. Not training for basket weaving, we're training for the jobs of the future. And I think that this is going to be a pivot for our nation. We need to train up and skill more of our domestic workforce, more Aussies, Australians for Australian jobs, and stop the flow of foreign workers filling these positions that Australians could otherwise do. JobTrainer is going to be a massive turnaround for our country. I'm so glad to see this happen. And I can say that the news, the further information on JobTrainer is going to come out in the coming weeks. If you're looking for work or you think you might want to reskill to get into a new profession, have a look on my Facebook page. There'll be more information on this in time to come. Thanks very much for joining me here on this short Facebook Live video.